Today we're thrilled to be chatting to film producer, photographer and environmentalist Céline Cousteau. Céline, thank you so much for chatting to us today.
My pleasure.
How did this association come about where you're the ambassador of the Advanced Marine Biology Collection?
I met Lynn Florio, the president of Prairie, in 2007, and I was interested in looking at the use of marine ingredients in cosmetics. Cosmetics was not my world. I wasn't aware at the time that a lot of marine ingredients are being used in cosmetics. And with the Advanced Marine Biology Collection, which already had been launched at that time with a few products, I wanted to just ask, how do you use these products? Because what I learned is that they use them in a sustainable manner. Rather than taking from the ocean, each ingredient is actually grown in laboratories under optimum conditions. Now that's great for the product itself, and for my interest in the environmental realm, we're not taking unsustainably from the environment, but we're still benefiting from it. So this is where a cross-industry conversation began. And I really feel that in my work as an environmental advocate, as a filmmaker, as an activist, whatever you want to call it, I need to talk across industries and be able to make those connections between everything we do in life and our environment. Because that relationship exists no matter what industry we're in, whether we're in oil and gas, whether we're in the auto industry, whether we're in cosmetics, and our pharmaceuticals as well, because our pharmaceuticals use a lot of ingredients from our oceans. So that's where the relationship began, and we didn't really know what we were going to create. We trusted our instinct on a very personal level, from just person to person, to say, we can really do something together and create a story together. And 5 years later, we're still in this relationship, which goes to prove we should listen to our instinct. And we have launched 3 new products in the line during that time. Prairie has also supported a lot of the work that I've done by giving me an opportunity to talk to journalists in a field other than my own. And it's been something that's been a good lesson for me in really keeping my own mind open to having those cross-industry conversations.
There's lots of industries where things taken from the ocean are used. How do you find the cosmetics industry kind of almost compares to those other industries and how they put back into what they're taking?
In general, I find the cosmetic industry is learning more and more. And more importantly, the consumer, the customer, is learning that they have a choice to make. We have so much access to education, whether it's online, whether it's through newspapers, through television, that we can make better decisions. And the customer is really pushing the cosmetic industry to make better environmental choices because we are more knowledgeable, because we know more. And I'm the perfect example. I came into this not really knowing much. Now I know so much more that I look at everything I buy, not just my cosmetics, but my home cleaning supplies. And I think that's the way we are headed. And it's really the power of the buyer to push the industry to make those changes, to be more environmentally minded. The reality in all of this is that no matter what we do and what industry we're in, we have an impact on the environment. The important thing is that we mitigate that impact either by balancing that out in a certain way or by lessening our impact as much as possible. And this is just a good example of being able to do that.
You mentioned that you're the perfect spokesperson for this range, and I couldn't agree more. Given you spend so much time outdoors and in the ocean, how do you look after your skin?
Interestingly enough, when I started with Prairie, it was very simple for me. It was, I have sunblock, and then I have moisturizer, and there was nothing else. So I've learned a lot about how to protect eyes and face and neck, about looking after my skin in a preventative way, but also in a repairing way. During the daytime, my routine usually is pretty simple. Always wash the face. If I'm home, I do a serum and a face cream. If I'm in the field, it's the Advanced Marine Biology Revitalizing Emulsion, which I'm glad to say I influenced. It's a 3-in-1, eyes, face, and neck. So it really just depends. And the Advanced Marine Biology Collection, it really is for somebody who is busy, who's active, who travels, perhaps a younger clientele that Prairie usually attracts. It's a great entry product into this luxury skincare line. And I really think that it's addressing a wide range of people who want to maybe test the company, test the collection, test the line, and see what else there is to offer. So I think that it has a lot of versatility in it.
You've mentioned that the range is perfect for people on the go with a lot going on. Given the adventurous nature of your job and the fact you have a young family, how do the two work together?
I feel that my balance and my equilibrium happens when I get out in the field and I have my cameras on my back and I am sweating and I am tired and I'm just in the elements, and then I get to come home and I get to take a nice warm shower and I get the luxuries of what it means to be at home and in your own environment. But it really is a need to have both, because when I am out in the elements, whether it's ocean or jungle or other, I have a profound respect for people who really live in close contact with that, especially Indigenous tribes. And when I come back, I have a renewed perspective on how incredible of a chance I have and how lucky I am to have what I have in my life at home. So I need both of those.
Céline, it's been absolutely wonderful chatting to you today. Thank you for your time.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.